Hi, and welcome to class. Today we're going to find some lovely stretches. Uh, we're going to work into the hamstrings, a bit of the lower back, and we're going to move into a lovely side body stretch. So, this class is going to be a little different if you've been stretching. Instead of going at it with too much of intention, we're going to find a bit of activation, but also go into in a very playful and easy way. I find visiting the poses about 2 or 3 times. So we're going to visit every stretch 3 times. So don't be in a rush to get to your deepest in the first time and notice the change in the muscles finding spaciousness as you get to it the third time around. So with that being said, let's get to it. If you've had a long day, if you've been sitting for too long, or just, a lot of movement, maybe this could be the class that you are asking for. So take your right leg forward, take your left leg in. So in yoga, you call this a Janu Shirshasana, and lean forward over your right foot. If you notice, I'm pulling my right toes in. Yeah, kind of active, not 100%, about 10 to 20%. And I'm moving. So you can be up here, or you can be all the way down. But even if you can touch your toes, I would recommend don't. Don't touch your toes. Try and get the movement in the left hip, lifting your right butt cheek off the ground, lifting the left butt cheek off the ground. Maybe take the hands over to the right or to the left. Even if you can catch the foot, don't. I know it's hard, but try not to. Notice if that makes a difference in your exploration. Don't forget about the front right toes. So pull them up to you as you find your breath. All these stretches they have a bit of activation, a bit of movement. And I've noticed in my body, adding a bit of movement helps me feel so much better. I feel more space in the lower back as I look over my right side, over my left. No rush to get anywhere. Find that fluidity in the spine, build it slowly. And then slowly lift back up. Turn yourself over your left foot, your left knee, and maybe look all the way back. And just move a little left, a little right. Rolling your right heel down, turning the toes up and down. Find a few interesting breaths. My right butt cheek is lifting off the ground, but that's okay. It's totally okay. Let's find something interesting. And then sit back up. Face your chest over your left knee. Take your left hand over your head. Maybe hold the head. So even if you can touch the right toes, don't worry about it. Take the left hand over your head. Pull the right toes up. Right hand can be anywhere. And just open and close. Open and close. Keep the right toes active. Don't forget about them. And just open and close. Maybe open the left chest a bit more. Close it down. Let the right hand open in any capacity. So you have this little bit of movement, this little wiggling and swaying. A little bit of opening and closing. A bit of activation in the right heel. A little bit of push in the left glute. Find that space that calls out to you without trying to force yourself anywhere. And when that feels good, come back up for a moment. And then switch sides. Notice how these stretches are intuitive. You're not pushing too hard. With that being said, the left leg goes forward, the left toes pull in, the right leg comes in, Janu Shirshasana on the other side. And just lean over your left foot in any capacity. Maybe taking the fingers over the left side, over the right side. Don't forget to breathe. And I was saying earlier, these stretches are very intuitive. You're listening to your body. Whatever your body's asking for, whatever your lower back is asking for, don't forget about the left toes. You're exploring, you're reaching down, and try to avoid catching your left foot. If you're a super flexible yogi, try and activate your right hip a bit more. So that gives you a bit of movement. If you're all the way up here, perfectly fine. Move left, move right. Don't worry about going deep. Think about opening up that territory in your QL, in your lower back, in the hamstring. Don't forget about the left toes. And now roll over your right knee as you turn and wave, lifting up your left butt cheek, pressing the left heel into the ground, pulling the left toes up. And as you move left and right, twisting over, looking behind you, looking sideways. Very gentle this first round. Just making space. Deep breaths. And then sit back up. Pull your left toes back in, press your left heel into the ground. Take your right hand, place it behind your head, and then lean in, close, open, make circles. Left hand can be anywhere. Pulling the left toes up, keeping that little bit of tension, a little bit of activation as you look at the ceiling, as you come back down, as you look at the ceiling. Maybe you make a few interesting circles. Maybe you turn your right armpit to the sky. Maybe you close it. How does that feel today? What movement is your body asking you for? And notice as you go up, do you lean in very naturally? So you push up and then the body just falls in. And find your breath along this journey. And then come back up. Let's reset for a moment. And then switch sides. So take it easy second time around. This time, right foot goes forward, left leg comes in. Right toes pull in, the hamstring wakes up. Notice if you can feel your right hamstring a bit more second time around. Okay, and now you lean in. And this time I'm going to ask you to take your hands in between and move around. So use the fingertips to crawl you forward. You could be flat on the ground, or you could be all the way up. Pull the left toes in, wake up your quad. That's your right toes. Pull your right toes in. You can even pull your left toes in. That actually gives me an interesting space to move. So maybe both the toes are active, maybe just the right toes are active. Sometimes I get I get confused with my left and right foot. It happens to all of us. So breathe into it. Move around. Notice if the lower back can find more space to twist and turn and move as you breathe and release and let go. Finding deep breaths. Maybe you crawl in a bit more. Maybe you pull the right toes in a bit more. Maybe that gives you more space in the hamstring. Maybe crawl over your right side a bit more, and a little twist in the lower back. You try and look a little bit to your right, you look a bit forward. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And then stay low, turn over your left knee, and try and look behind you. So I'm trying to look behind my left shoulder as my hands press into the ground. And I'm rolling and turning. rolling and turning. So the right toes are still active, the right heel is active. I'm looking over my left shoulder and then turning back and coming back. Notice if that gives you a bit more space in the lower back as well. Maybe you want to come down on your hands or your elbows for a moment and then come back up. Pull the right toes back in, press the right heel, turn over your right knee. I'm sorry if I didn't mention this earlier, but if you find this difficult, get a bolster or get a towel or something to just put under your bum. I forgot to mention this earlier in the class, but you can always pause the video and get it, or if you don't need it, it's okay. But put something under your bum if the ground doesn't come up to you. So this time, take your left hand up to the sky. You can bend it behind your head like you did earlier. Don't forget about your right toes. Or you can open it out and notice where it goes. But don't be in a rush. That leaf almost took my head off. Don't be in a rush. Move in, move out. We're going to come to the stretch one more time, so don't worry if you don't go all the way right now. It's not required. Try and turn your left chest up to the sky more than trying to touch your right toes. Pull the right toes up, keep them active, press the right heel into the ground, and just move your chest. Press your left hip into the ground if you can. Move your chest around. I know I can catch my right toes, but I'm in no rush to do so. No rush to do so. Your right hand can be anywhere. And then release. Let go. Come back up. Breathe into it. And switch your feet. Oh, notice how that feels. Maybe your lower back feels a bit better. Pull your left toes up. And then this time go to the center. This time go through the center. Move your hips around. Lean forward, bounce around, make the circles again. Notice if your lower back starts to open. Don't forget about your left toes. Notice if your lower back starts to open. Notice if you start to lean a little lower. Maybe turn over your left foot. Adding something interesting, like the right hand can reach forward or just come back, or maybe come to the center. It's your choice. Roll the hip around. Feel the stretch in the hamstring. And then now stay low and move over your right knee. Turn all the way and try and look over your right shoulder to the best of your capacity. Left toes are still pulling up. Left heel is pressing down. As you turn and wave, you can even open the chest and close the chest. Maybe drop your elbow down and then lift it up. Just moving to a capacity that feels nice. Moving to a space that feels interesting. And then sit back up. Now I'm going to give you a variation. I'm sorry I didn't give it on the other side. I just remembered it. I think I'm too relaxed. My body is, too chill. I hope you are too. But you can try this variation, and the next time you're doing the other side, you can decide to take it or not. So my right leg is in, but if you want, you can maybe take the right leg outside. Press the heel into the ground. Take your left hand and catch your right shin. So my right heel is into the ground. My left hand is catching the right shin. My left toes are still pulling up. The right hand goes behind me, and I can reach or twist. This is a really nice way because I get a bit of leverage in my left hand to open and to twist, so my right knee kind of opens out a bit more. And then I reach my right hand overhead, breathing, opening up that space, finding territory to move into. Notice if adding that little bit of tension as you pull, does that give you a bit of a leverage? Don't forget about the left toes. Does that give you a bit of leverage to open your side body? I always find my right side is a bit tighter than my left. Maybe it's because my left hamstring is a bit tighter. And adding this variation really makes a difference. About 2 more breaths. And then let that go. Come back up. Switch sides. Find your Janu Shirsasana, right leg forward. Notice if anything's changed third time around. So third time you're taking the stretch, and this time I'm going to ask you pull the toes in, as usual, your right toes. Lean your chest in and notice if you can catch something. This time take the stretch your way. Do whatever you want to do. The only caveat is you're going to pull the right toes towards you. So you're going to lean in, you can round in, you can keep the chest forward, you can move, or you can be still. It is absolutely your choice. Maybe your head touches your knee, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're all the way up here. It's perfectly fine. Maybe you're a centimeter, an inch, a foot, a mile deeper in your stretch, and that's all good today. That's all good. Come back to your breath. You can give a few sighs if you like. And then slowly lift back up. Turning over the left side, staying low or coming up. Twisting. Notice if you can twist a bit more, looking over your left shoulder. So I'm turning over my left side. I'm looking at over my left shoulder. You can place your hands down as you twist and rotate. As you look behind you. Maybe you try and look all the way behind you to any capacity. And then you let go. Come back to center. This time we're going to take a side bend. So your left leg can be in, your left leg can be stamped down, or, so what I mean is your right hand can catch your left shin. You can open, maybe you find something interesting, or maybe if you have open hips to a capacity, maybe take the leg behind you. Or maybe try one of the three, and if it doesn't work so well, switch it. I'm going to take my leg behind me, turn my left chest up, but you do you, whatever you got to do, and reach my left hand all the way to my right foot, taking my time to get there. Find a stretch that calls out to you. Maybe you're still somewhere up here, or maybe all the way down. It's okay. Just notice the capacity you're building. Notice if you can press your left hip a bit further down, pull the right toes in as you stretch a bit more. As you stretch a bit more and breathe, don't forget to find some of the deepest breaths that you can. few more breaths. Notice where you find yourself. And then slowly let that go. Come back up. How do you feel? And then let's switch sides. Maybe that was interesting, right? Maybe you touched your toes for the first time, or maybe touching the toes is not a big deal. But maybe you found an interesting space to move, so pull your left toes in. Reach your chest forward. Catch your left feet in any capacity. Fall in, bend, wave. Pull the left toes in though. Keep that active. Find a few deep breaths as you move left, as you move right. Leaning side to side, breathing. Maybe head comes all the way down. Maybe you're still all the way up. It's all good. It's all good. It's part of the game, part of the equation, part of the stretch today. And then come back up. And then roll over your right knee. Twist over your right side for the last time. Pulling the left toes in as you twist and turn, weave and wiggle. Notice how that feels. Looking over your shoulder, breathing. Maybe your elbows come down. Maybe your hands press. And then let that go. Come back to center. Now your right leg can be anywhere. You know which side worked, and you can try it and experiment on this side as well. So the leg can be in the Janushirasana, or you can stamp the right heel down, catching it with your left hand and leaning, or maybe take the foot behind you and just test. One side is different than the other, and it's totally okay. It's just part of it. Pull your left toes up, turn your chest over, face your right chest up to the sky, take the right hand overhead, and find a stretch that calls out to you. Find a stretch that calls out to you. Your hand can be behind your head, or your hand can be catching the left foot. Try and turn your right chest up to the sky, your right armpit up to the sky as you breathe. And you open and you move. Or find stillness. As long as you feel a stretch in the side body, that's a good thing. A few deep breaths, letting go. And then slowly come back up. Notice how that feels. Take your legs forwards. Last stretch of this class. Pull both your toes in. And get into it in any way you like. Legs can be slightly wide or they can be close together. It's your choice. Lean in, catch the feet. Forward fold as you breathe. Maybe moving left and right. Maybe front and back. Maybe making circles. Or maybe stillness finds you. Whatever's calling out to you today. Last stretch of this class. Notice if you find something interesting in your being. Keep the toes active. And for the last time, take a deep inhale. Let go of the toes, let go of the hands, and just fall in. Be a little yinny for a moment.
And then slowly activate the toes back, stretch back into it. Notice if you go a bit deep. Notice if you go a bit deeper. And then come out of it one vertebrae at a time. Use your hands as you need. Open the chest up. Maybe push the hips around. Opening the chest, opening the toes. Notice how you feel. You can take a savasana and close, or you can take a back bend or anything that's calling out to you. Notice how that felt in your being today. This is how I like to stretch. I don't like to get into it too intensely or to be too passive. A little bit of activation with the passive letting go always works for me, and visiting the stretches 2, 3 times lets my nervous system and my body feel at ease, and I start trusting myself to go deeper into my stretches. So notice how that feels within you. Maybe you went to a space that was new, maybe you went to a space that was interesting. You can come back to this class anytime. It's a wonderful class to just open up space and to just find something interesting within you. So thank you so much for practicing. If you need to take a nap, take a nap. If you're ready to start your day, start your day. My name's Varun. Have a wonderful day. Peace.